Hey guys, Haas with Haas Games and Cards, and I hope you're all doing awesome because you all deserve it. What do we got going on today? Well, today we are taking a look. First of all, I just finished moving. We're not done moving. We just finally got everything in, and we have a new computer set up now, which is kind of interesting. I'm still trying to tweak it, put it to where I want it to be. I have no idea yet. This microphone's up in my face. I don't know if I love it. We'll see how the sound quality of it goes, but right now we just have everything kind of basically set up, and we're kind of in an interesting spot. This is actually our bonus room in our new house, and as you can see, there we go. As you can see behind me, all my kids' stuff is around here. This is the bonus room, but it's also going to be the playroom, but I wanted to be able to have my computer kind of centrally to my family, so that way while I'm working on orders, while I'm getting things done, while I'm video editing, because video editing takes a very long time, and I guess so my cat can scream at me during the whole time we record. My cats are super needy after the move. Very, very needy. They don't know what to do with themselves. This new house is throwing them off a little bit. Everybody's thrown off. I'm thrown off. But anyways, so very frequently we're going to be seeing my kids' toys all over the place. So we're just going to have to get used to that. It's not a very Pokemon background, but I'm hoping when she gets a little bit older, she's only 2, and she's going to destroy everything. I want to make a display back here of some of the Pokemon sealed stuff we got going on, or some of my favorite cards. We'll get to that in a minute. Just not right now. Just not right now. My cat is running all over the desk. It is insanely annoying. Again, they are just so needy after this move. There's her tail right there. So we're trying to play catch up. Trying to play catch up on all these new things, all these new changes going on with Pokemon, new pre-order stuff that's been going down the pipeline. And one thing that came out during my move into my new house is these Prismatic Evolutions premium collection, or super premium collections. And I was super excited about this because everybody was saying, and the rumor mill was, oh yeah, this is going to be printed 3x, 3 times more than what the Terapagos UPC was printed. There's that picture in that warehouse with so many of them just posted. I'm going to move my cat 1 second. All right, sorry about that. So, saying 3 times the amount, there's those pictures of the warehouses just chock full of these things. And even before a lot of information came out about this, those pictures came out, and like I said, the 3x thing, everyone's super excited about it. But I looked at those pictures and I'm like, you know what? That is not even enough for like the biggest stores that usually distribute, or local game stores that do Pokemon. I was about to say and think that some of the bigger ones in my state, like that warehouse, would be gobbled up just by one store in my state, you know, especially the bigger one. And so I'm looking at that and I'm like, you know, you look at stores like Forge Fire that just shoot out so much product, like an ungodly amount of product, whether it's booster boxes, whether it's UPCs, everything. They seem to always get a ton. They have a physical storefront. They have an online store. So they're always getting a lot. Always getting a ton. And I was about to say, you know what? From what I saw in that picture, not even that would fulfill what they require in their orders.
Feel wronged by things that people tell you.
But I tried to stay optimistic. Tried to be like, you know what? Maybe this is it. Maybe they're going to ramp up printing. There's going to be a ton of this stuff. It's going to be so easily available and all this other crap. And then the Pokemon Center drop happened. And Pokemon Center sold out instantly. Just poof, gone. All gone, all bought up, all crazy. And I'm like, ooh, okay. That's not a good sign. Not a good sign. I couldn't even get one on the Pokemon Center. I wanted to try to. But I'm like, you know what? I hear that printing's ramping up. Pokemon said Prismatic's going to get printed a ton. They're upping their facilities. They're going to reprint multiple sets. I'm like, you know what? Let's buy a bigger house. So we built a big house, got way more storage area now in this huge house. We pulled a Pokiani. We're like, yeah, we need a bigger house, bigger storage, bigger everything, right? I'm just kidding. I needed a new house for my family anyways. My little kid needed more space. And we had a good opportunity with just how the housing market in general was going. So that's why we ended up taking it. So anyways, all these reprints are coming, right? And that's what the rumor is. And I want that to happen. You know, I was actually watching a good video by Team Rocket Joey. Love watching his content. And he, you know, you get information not just from him, but like everybody's throwing out these reprint rumors, like a non-TCG stuff like that. And and I'll talk a little bit more about it in a different video, but reprints is they're like, oh, we're going to do Paldea Evolved. We're going to do Prismatic. We're going to do all this stuff, right? And so over the weekend while I was moving, one of the local stores I'm very good friends with, I'm friends with a lot of the local stores, but they kind of keep me in the know. And I have distribution access. I'm a little small store, HozGamesandCards.com, if you want to check us out. HozGamesandCards.com. Whoops, that's not it. Hoz Games and Cards. Boom. Right here. That's us. Anyways, so get a message from one of them, and they're like, hey, Paldea Evolved booster boxes up on the website. Make sure to go get some. And usually they're super cool. They give me a heads up on when stuff hits the website because with my daytime career, I'm super busy. Other things like that. We kind of look out for each other. I really appreciate this guy that helps me out with that. And I was like, oh, that's cool. The reprints must be coming through. How much is Paldea Evolved? And is there a purchase limit? You know, what's the purchase limit? And they're like, oh, it's like almost $200 a box still, and a purchase limit of 1 box per order.
Thing for me are the side effects, mostly the psychological ones, specifically reduction in fluid intelligence.
Well, that doesn't help. That definitely doesn't help. Still above MSRP, and you can only get 1 box. Like, what are we supposed to do with that? How does that help the community? How does that help pricing in general? And a non-TCG brings up some good points, and that's going to coincide with these super premium collections. A lot of stores are salesmen, right? They have to make money. They want to sell stuff. They got to keep doing what they're doing to keep the lights on. But you know what? They're going to say and do whatever it takes to get those sales. They're going to make people FOMO, stuff like that. And he brings up some very good valid points. And yep, I'm a store. I have to sell stuff. Sometimes I have to do stuff that's good for the people. Sometimes I have to do stuff that's good for myself. I'm kind of a dual thing. I'm a store, and I love selling stuff. I love the grind, but I don't like doing it at these stupid, crazy prices, so I don't. But then number 2, I'm a sealed collector too. And that's part of the reason why we have this shop, is because I wanted to get distribution access. I wanted to get things at release at a decent price, so that way I could build up a really good sealed collection and continue to work on that. That's always been the goal, is to sell stuff because I love it, but build up a really good sealed collection for the future, because even before the Pokemon market went crazy, I was like, you know what? The best buying price I can get on release, the better. And so that's one of the other motivations too. So guys, when it comes to the super premium collection that we're going to talk about, don't FOMO. Don't go and buy it for a ridiculous price. Wait it out. See where the market settles. See where all the stock goes. Because maybe there really is 3x. Maybe there is really that much quantity, and it's just not going to local stores. Maybe it's going to big box stores, and they're just going to flood the market that way. Or maybe they lied. Maybe they lied and it really isn't 3 times. And one thing we got to think about too is when they said, hey, this is going to be 3x the amount of the Terapagos UPC. It's like, okay, but how is that compared to the 151 UPC? Because the Tropicos UPC, I didn't see them flown around too much, and I only got 6. I only got allocated 6 Tropicos UPCs, so not very many. But at stores, I think I've seen it one time at a store, and then after that, never seen it again. So one thing I wish Pokemon did is said, hey, we printed this many Tropicos UPCs, which is comparable to this many 151 UPCs, because 151 UPCs, they were pretty easy to find at a decent price for a long time through Costco, through other shops. TikTok had them for really good prices, things like that. They were super available. It's like they printed a ton. But when they're like, oh yeah, 3 times the Tropicos UPC, well, if they like did less than half of the Tropicos UPC, but then did 3 times for the Prismatic SPC comparatively, then we're not looking at good numbers. 3x of a little is still not a lot. So I wish they would have been like, hey, we printed 3 times the amount of the 151 UPC, or here's how it compared to the 151 UPC. Because so far I'm not seeing it. So here's where we landed with it, okay? We are getting 5. We got allocated 5 of these things. That's nothing. That is nothing. And realistically, I'm probably only going to be able to sell about 2 or 3. And of course, we'll do it for MSRP. But like Team Rocket Joey says, a lot of these stores are going to be, trying to sell it for whatever they can. And when you look at TCG Player, you have to remember the only people that can pre-sell these right now are actual stores. The only people that can pre-sell these are actual stores. So when you see these crazy prices, when you see a market price of $453, remember, that's your local LGS saying, oh man, we're not getting enough. We have to charge it for max amount, right?
Like all I feel is rage and frustration.
So, and I know, like he said, they're going to do whatever they can to sell it and give whatever twisted thing they got to say to sell it. And even me sitting here saying, oh man, I'm going to sell it at MSRP, even though that's a big loss to me. I could technically sell for a ton of money. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it for good favor. I'm not going to do it because I want people to like me or anything like that. To be honest, my YouTube channel is so small, it doesn't even matter if I'm liked or not. But I just like to do the content that I like to do. I like to investigate things. I like to look through things, and I like to babble on forever. I always babble way too long. So with this set, we'll either do it at MSRP, maybe $10 above MSRP, pull a GameStop. Not sure. We'll have to see what the numbers crunch out to, but don't FOMO on this. Even if you see me posting it for $10 above MSRP, don't FOMO on it. It's a great price, and it's probably cheaper than you'll ever get it. But so far with the allocation numbers and other things, that kind of tells me that we're not looking at a good time. We're not looking at a good time. I almost think it's going to be hard to find at stores, whoever else. My hope is that this gets flooded at big box stores. And even with reprints, I really hope with reprints, we get demolished with stock. I hope there's so much stock that nobody knows what to do with it. That's my hope. I really do want that, because I miss the days when I could go back to selling bulk quantities of things, right? I could sell things under market, because since I'm not a physical store, since I have distribution, but I operate out of my home, I was able to get people really good prices. The problem is before this stuff got expensive, nobody cared about this stuff. I've offered multiple times online, on YouTube, locally, really good deals to where packs were like under $3 a pack if you bought in bulk with me. And nobody cared. The stuff wasn't expensive. And then once the stuff became expensive, that's when people cared. So, let's look at the prices though. A huge, long rant before we even talk about the prices. This thing is marketing at $453. I'm a little bit behind on the curve because, like I said, I was moving. This thing started at $522. 10 of them sold at about $522. And we're down to like $453 market, but about 26 of these sell a day. and these are still selling between $429 and $450. You guys should not buy this in the $400. MSRP is $89. I don't know what you guys are thinking. A lot of people are getting mad at scalpers. I get it. Scalpers suck, but you guys keep feeding them. You keep proving that this is something that you all are going to buy for whatever price they throw at. You guys are so wrong. Don't do this. Just don't do this. It's completely off. And it's gonna hurt, because if you guys end up getting these bought up at almost $500, and then the prices crash on release because let's say they did actually print enough, they just didn't send it to LGS stores, things like that, you guys are going to get cooked. You're going to be like, oh crap, my $450 thing is now only worth maybe $150. That's a rough thing. Not even the 151 UPC, which has been out for a long time, those are selling for like $350 now, I believe. I haven't looked for a minute, but last time I checked it was about $350. But it's taken almost 2 years to get to that point. Right out of the gate, this thing's way too expensive, and people are buying it. You all need to stop. And like I said, everybody's like, oh, support the local game store, but this is the local game stores selling it to you. They are ripping you off by far. MVP, Devastation, Vortex, Board Games and Beyond, Trainer's Trove, Turtle Rock. Like, it goes on. Midwest Trading. It goes on and on and on. You guys are like, this is crazy. This is just crazy. And like I said, it's like Team Rocket Joey said, these people are here to snake you. And again, like, I have my own vested interest in things because I'm a business. At the end of the day, I do have to take care of the business. That's a responsible thing to do. But I'm also a sealed collector. I know buying points need to be a decent price for people to make it worth it. And when the market supports it and when I get enough items, I like to sell it at a good price because I like moving bulk items. I like selling just cases upon cases and getting things out there to people. It's a lot more fun. I feel like I do a lot more. And the hustle of it is just great. This is fun. But when it's like this, when it's like I can barely get 5 and I have a choice. I'm like, I can either sell it at MSRP and not benefit whatsoever. Like, that doesn't help me at all. Or I can sell it for $429, get more money to throw at distro, so distro likes me more. You know, that's one thing too. But I don't really care. Like, I'm going to make sure the business is doing what's supposed to be doing and taken care of. But again, since I don't have any overhead, when it gets to this point, we're not doing that. Am I going to be able to pump out a ton of product? No. Probably only going to be able to pump out 2 or 3. That sucks, but it is what it is. Someone's going to get lucky. But this is nuts. This is just crazy. And you guys need to stop. You guys need to stop. If this doesn't get printed to the ground, you buy it for $400, it jumps up higher than that, then good for you. But is that really going to happen? No. I bet there's going to be a lot of big box, and even if not, buying in at this price is stupid. It's just absolutely stupid. Stop doing it. Ugh, disgusting. But thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry, everything's a mess. We have not fully set up yet. We have so much to unpack. It's still going to be a busy couple of weeks. The content might be a little hit and miss. For a second while we get settled in, I can't make my family do it all on their own. But we're going to get some stuff out, and we actually have a fun video coming out. It's going to take me a moment to edit it, to get all the source material that I need. But oh boy, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. But, guys, be reasonable. Be good. Be safe. I hope you all have a good night. Don't do anything crazy.